Gotta try and catch him no matter what.
Or at war.
I've been working, and I've been waiting for Mr. Joaquin Phoenix, I suppose you could say. I had written the thing for Joaquin, and he had only gotten the sort of cachet after a couple of movies. And Walk the Line, I think in particular, was the one that sort of made American studios aware of him as a potential star. And only then was I allowed to make the film at a certain scale. I would love to make more films, but it's just, you know, there's an economic reality as well that's attached.
Yeah, I love his screenplays. I love his attention to detail, and his love for his characters, and for actors and for film in general. I mean, you've just never met anybody that was so enthusiastic about what it is they were doing. Every single frame, every single moment. And I think he values moments in characters' lives that I think a lot of directors may not value, or simply overlook because they don't necessarily move the story along.
They don't let that bag on for cops.
All right, let's go. Let's get a company.
Break. Here comes trouble.
Look at you. Came. Capitan. Have arrived?
Big shot. Honors us with his presence.
Service.
It was a very violent time in New York. It was a time in which the actual existence of the city, it didn't seem in jeopardy, but the city really seemed in deep, deep trouble. So I had wanted a kind of a metaphor for the world today. And I thought New York in the 80s was an appropriate sort of a metaphor because it's such a dark and brutal period in the city. The city now is unrecognizable that way. It's so safe and it's very clean. But in the late 80s, the view was very different, and people forget that, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's why I chose that period. It felt filled with jeopardy.
It's the opposite sides, the mafia and the police. It's kind of reverse, kind of like The Godfather in reverse, this film. A police family instead of a mafia family, a police family whose son has gone a little bad, but then he comes over to the side of the family during the course of the film, as Pacino did in The Godfather, his way. So I always say it's like a kind of reverse version of The Godfather.
I've never had a better experience in my life making a film. James pushed me every day, and even though that first scene, when you first see me, at first glance you think, oh yeah, this is a sexy girlfriend, how boring. But I love that she has her own journey and her own path, and that she grows within the film, and she's not just what you think she is.
Are you still a man? It's too dangerous for me. He's my son. Do you understand that? When you sell a piece of your heaven,
You join the police, Bobby.
I finally understand.
I never meant to get you involved in all this. You don't gotta apologize to me.
I never